welcome to Liz Mercy Yoga Online. I'm so excited to be recording and spending some time with you in your home practice today. We are going to be using 2 blocks and a blanket. The blanket can go off to the side. We're going to start on our backs today. So take your blocks on either side. Soles of the feet will come together. So this is supported butterfly. The knees can rest on the blocks, and then you can just start to bring yourself down onto your back body. Soles of the feet come together, rest onto your spine. So if this doesn't feel super good on your hips, you can always just extend your legs. You could slide something underneath your knees as well. We're gonna start with a grounding breath. So just gently make your way into a space on your spine, on your back, that you can breathe in. And this is nice because it's a gentle hip opener and we're gonna be thinking about the blocks. But it doesn't matter. Pick a space that works for you. And maybe you soften the gaze or close your eyes. And just as you start to shift into your practice today, notice the parts of you supported by the earth and the blocks. So class is about working with our lower body, our joints, our hips, our knees, our ankles. Take a big full breath in, big exhale out. Soften your jaw, soften the gaze or let the eyes close. And just tune into the support of the earth. Bring your mind's eye to the feet, to the edges of the soles of the feet, or the heels of the feet, resting on the ground. Try to soften your knees into the support. Soften the calves, the shins. Relax your thighs, your hips. Can you let go of the glutes? Or just let them melt? Our bodies are an extension of the support we have from the earth. So our skeletal structure, our blood, our brains, right? They're all the elements of the earth in this human form, in this human home. And we're able to use the body, we're able to play and get curious about the body, to continue that journey of returning home to our most fundamental space. Take a full breath in, a long breath out. Bring attention to your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. The energy underneath your palms. Softly inhaling and exhaling. Feel the shoulders, the skull. Notice gravity pull them down a little bit more. Relaxing the jaw. Just be here for a moment or two more. your home, your body. I'll offer you a boxed breath practice today. When you're ready, find the bottom of an exhale. Then inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth or nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now hold empty for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale for 4. Pause for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Big inhale in. Open your mouth, exhale. 2 more. Full breath in. Long breath out. Last one, inhale. Breathe into the palms. Exhale, let it go. Gently, hands come off the body if they were there. Push the knees together, nice and slow, or walk the feet in. The knees will be bent. Arms come overhead, backs of the hands come onto the earth, and just windshield wiper your knees side to side. If you need to go off to the side, you can. It's a full body stretch, right? So you're reaching through the fingers, breathing into the armpits, into the palms, into the heart, really gentle sways side to side. Just taking it easy. Rolling over the hips, the edges of the feet. Bring the feet, bring the knees back in line. Heel to the feet in, about in line with your hips. Reach for a block. We're gonna take supported bridge and we're gonna extend our legs. So press into the feet, gently, hips lift. You'll slide the block underneath your sacrum, your lower back. Take a moment here. I like to bring my hands onto the fronts of my hips and just get that feedback. So pressing into the feet. Take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. And then press into the left foot. You extend the right heel, the right foot towards the top of the mat. So a nice soft front hip extension. Just breathe into the space. Notice how that feels. You could stay right here. This could be enough. Or you draw the left knee in toward the chest. Grab the back of the knee, the hamstring, or the shin. You can start to squeeze the knee in and you can start to teeter a little bit. Now you could slide a second block underneath your hips, especially if you do this class again, right? You could notice, that's just gonna intensify it.
But I want you to think about sort of teetering here. So as you pull your knee in, your right heel sort of lifts off the earth. You're just playing into massaging the lower back. If this doesn't feel good, you could just keep the heel heavy. You could just think about squeezing the knee in, maybe moving the left knee around a little bit. Do whatever feels good, right? Sensation over aesthetic. There's no right, wrong way to do any of this. This is you just getting in tune with the body, and in particular with your hips. So maybe some circles of the left knee if that feels good. Maybe you're opening and closing the knee. Take a final breath or two here. And gently release the left foot down. Left foot will come onto the ground and then reach the right leg overhead. Take a little time here. Just roll out your ankle. Point and flex your foot a couple times. You can interlace your hands behind your right hamstring. You can get a little feedback there, right? You can kick or drive your hamstring into your hands as you push through the heel. And then point and flex your toes, maybe roll out the ankles, any kind of creaks or cracks that feel good for you. I like to bend and straighten my knee. Couple breaths in, couple breaths out. And then gently, right foot comes down. Take a moment here. Notice how one side feels, right? Notice the space in the right leg and the right hip versus the left. And then gently press into the right foot. Feel that stability. Left leg extends long. Heel comes down to the earth, make it nice and heavy. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then draw the right knee in towards your chest. Interlace behind the knee or on top of the knee or the thigh. Give it a little squeeze, maybe a little teeter. This can be nice, this can be fun, but again, if one side feels different or feels crampy, you can keep that heel on the earth. So maybe you're lifting, you're teetering, you're playing with that balance, or maybe the heel's heavy and you're taking some circles with the knee. Breathe. Stay grounded, keep your attention in your lower body, in the sensations of your hips, in your feet. Then right foot returns to the earth, and now the left foot comes up and overhead. Interlace your hands behind the thigh, the knee, bend, straighten, point, flex, drive through the heel. Maybe that hamstring kicks into the hand, sometimes that feels good. Or you've got options, and if you do this class more than once, you know the variety, right? You get to pick what your body needs. It's all, I'm just here to guide and call some shapes, but it's your work to listen, to honor, to explore. Last few breaths here. And then gently, left foot comes down. Take a moment, acknowledge, breathe in, hands can be on the hips, full breath in. Full breath out. Press into the feet gently, lift your hips up, and then slide the block back from underneath you and bring your whole back body down to the ground. So nice. Notice the space in your hips. Windshield wiper, the knees side to side, same, big full body stretch. Arms come up and overhead. Even yourself out. And then knees return to center, hands come down by your side. Press into the feet, really firm through the soles of the feet, and then bend your elbows, interlace your hands behind your skull. Wrap your elbows around your head so you can support your skull. And as you press your feet into the ground, peel your head, your neck, your shoulders off the mat. So mid-back, lower back is still connected to the ground. And then start to lean over to your left. Think about your left shoulder blade sort of tapping the earth. And then you're gonna lean back, your right shoulder blade taps, you'll lean over to the right, and then you'll circle back up. So slow circles with your chest, with your upper body. This is just warming up your spine, warming up your core. You can take them nice and slow at first. And then maybe the circles get bigger as you start to play into your range of motion. We're gonna be here for about 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, let your head release, and then you'll just take it right over to the other side. So lean over to the right, come up the center, lean left, same. So same circles, make them small at first. Think about turning on your obliques, your core, your spine, going really slow, continuing to support your skull as you do this. And you're here for 5, maybe making the circles bigger for 4, for 3, on 2, last 1, release all the way down, take a moment, hands come down by your side, palms face down, maybe you shimmy onto the edges of your arms or your shoulder blades. We'll take rolling bridges. So you press into your feet, and on your inhale, you lift your hips. At the top of the inhale, take a little squeeze of your glutes, feel the energy under your heels, under your back body, and then you release. Upper back, exhale, middle back, lower back. So we'll take 4 more rolling bridges. On the inhale, you lift. On the exhale, you release. Upper back, middle back, lower back. 3 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower down. You can puff open the ribs, whatever feels good. Nothing's right or wrong. As last one, lift up and hold here. Just press a little bit more through the feet. Now you can think about pulling the ribs towards your chest, scooping energy from your heels, a soft squeeze of your glutes, maybe really pressing through the palms, feeling this strong, active bridge. You're here for 5. Press through those feet. Imagine you're squeezing a block in between your thighs for 3, for 2. On 1, let the hips come back down. So nice. Inhale, knees pull in towards your chest. Rock and roll right to left. Massage the lower back. You can take some circles with the knees. That might be nice. Switch directions. Start to rock and roll up and down your spine, and we'll meet in a table position. Take your time getting here. Bring the wrists under the shoulders. Think about the knees underneath your hips. And then start to find some wrist circles. I like to tuck my toes and send my hips back towards my heels to wake up the arches of my feet, right? If you can sink back and kind of really press into the hands and push that pressure back. And then start to take some circles, right? Warm up your wrists. A big part of yoga is putting a lot of weight in our palms. And we have a lot going on in our wrists, so protect them by getting them warm. So spend some time here. You can bend in the elbows, you can sway side to side, but I like to think about this as sort of exploratory table where you're moving through your hips, your spine, and finally that piece of the puzzle is your breath. So inhaling, thinking about lengthening, exhaling, deepening. Take your time here just for a couple breaths. I like to think about
My spine, my hips kind of slithering around. Then we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So wrists under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Great time to pad or to support your knees with a blanket, or you can also double fold your mat as well. Set up your tabletop, press into the tops of your feet, press into your shins and your palms. And on an inhale, draw the heart through, lift your tailbone, lift your heart, full inhale. And then on your exhale, you round. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, press into the hands, you dome, you round. So 4 more, just like that. Inhale, pull through. Think about a long spine, hips to shoulders. And then exhale to round. Dome, press into the earth. Feel it go through the bones. 3 more. Inhale, pull through. Exhale to round. Inhale, pull through. Open heart. Exhale to round. Last one. Inhale. Cow pose. Exhale. Cat pose. Nice. Find neutral with your spine. Walk your hands forward just a little bit. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Send it high. Pedal at your feet. Options to also take blocks underneath your hands. That can be kind of nice, especially for your very first down dog, right? First down dog of class, it would be nice just to, again, elevate your hands. And that's gonna give you more space to melt your heart through, melt your chest through your arms, right? Now your arms are a little bit longer, you've got more space, the hips are going a little bit higher, and you've got more space to work with. So nice. So pedal out your feet, maybe a little shaking out of the head. Do what you gotta do. Breathe in, breathe out, settle in. I really like to lift high onto my heels, lift onto my toes, excuse me, and drop my heels and even like bend and straighten my knees a couple times. This feels really good. Maybe you take it over the other side. But again, exploratory dog. Just feel into it, maybe shake out your head a couple times. Breathe in, breathe out. And then we're gonna move towards the top of the mat. So come onto the toes, big breath in. And start to tiptoe your feet towards your wrists. Take a nice forward fold, top of the mat, big bend in your knees, hang heavy, ragdoll. Take some time melting down, letting the lower body catch the upper body. And then bring your blocks to the highest height, or your hands could also be on shins if you don't have blocks, but I want this to be a mindful, aware halfway lift, right? So feet are about hips distance, right? You're nice and stable. I like to kind of bend in my knees a little bit. And your shoulder blades are turned on, right? Draw the shoulder blades back, a gentle tuck of your chin, the crown of the head is reaching forward, and your hips are reaching back and your core is pulled in. So you're working through your hamstrings, right? This is like an active halfway lift, right? And think about the balance of your feet. A little press through the big toes, through the arches. I want you to almost feel like you're gonna rip the mat apart. And of course, we're gonna work into this, but be active here. Hands could be on the thighs, or they could be on the blocks. Fingertips are tented. I want you to feel this energy ramp up a little bit. Big breath in, and as you exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Now press through the feet. Use the strength, that energy, rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Big breath in. Palms touch overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Take a moment. Maybe sway right and left. Just feel into your standing position. Feel into your feet. Take a moment. And then we'll move through some half sun A's. So take a little bend in your knees, send the energy down. And then inhale, arms come up and overhead, big breath. Exhale to hinge and fold. Inhale to halfway lift, hands to the shins or to the blocks. Exhale, fold.
Rise all the way up. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. So just breath to movement here. It's that classic vinyasa. Inhale, sweep up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to hinge and fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise, big breath in. Exhale to bow, big breath out. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to rise. Exhale to bow. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, strong, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last, final, full round. Inhale, reach. Exhale to hinge. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bow. Inhale, sweep, sweep, sweep up. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice, find your center. Your thumbs come right to your sternum. Soften the gaze, shift the weight around. Again, come back to center. Come back to softness. Come back to breath. And shift your weight over to your right foot. Come onto your left toes. Bend in your right knee. Just feel the right leg start to turn on. And then finding a drizdi, a point in front of you, just shift the weight and squeeze the left heel towards the glute. So just a little balance challenge here. Just warming up the right heel to the right hip. Just feel into it. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Left foot lands mindfully. Right over to side 2, you shift the weight. You come onto the right toes. Bend in your left knee, send the weight down, feel the connection of the foot. And then squeeze the right foot, squeeze the right heel towards the glute, and you're here. Hold, soften, arrive, and now breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, right foot lands, right heel lands. Now start to bend in your knees, your hips sink back, hands come to your thighs. We're working into stable chair, but first, I just want you to kind of feel into your joints. So press through your feet, you press through, feel your ankles, your knees, and your hips warm up, right? So your solid foundations, you're sending your energy down. I even sometimes like to come onto my toes and lift my heels and kind of like sway around a little bit, right? Your joints, these big joints, they have the ability to go through lots of ranges of motion, so kind of work into that, right? We're here, our joints are juicing up, we get to play into the space, and then it's gonna be a stable chair. So when you start to really feel those quads turn on, send the knees forward and kind of sit the hips back. You could even bring a block in between your thighs, right? This feedback can be really helpful for people, especially kind of depending on the way their knees, maybe the way your knees go out or in. Sometimes bringing that awareness in can help, or you don't have to, right? Sink back, hands can stay at heart center, or your arms can reach up, right? This is gonna add load. 3 full Ujjayi breaths here, so find that prana. So on your inhale, you're reaching through your fingers, and on your exhale, pull yourself a little bit deeper. Stay long through your hips, through your side body. Big breath in to reach. Exhale to sink back. Keep that weight evenly distributed in your feet, but your hips are sinking back. Big breath in, big breath out. Now fold, hinge at the hips, hang heavy, good work, good effort. Let the head be heavy. Now we're gonna take circle chair. So super slow, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. You rise up. Then you get to the top, you can pull the shoulder blades back, maybe look up, and then just melt. Melt yourself back down, little by little. So you can stay going up and down your spine, or in this plane, I guess, where you can start to roll to the right or to the left, kind of letting the body guide you, making more circle, making it a more circular chair. You can widen your stance a little bit too, taking up a little bit more space.
So just move around here for about 5 to 6 breaths, just kind of exploring how you feel. Breathing into it, maybe the hands come to the body if that feels good. You're moving through the space for 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, meet standing on 1. Nice. Palms face forward, find Tadasana. So nice after that movement. Take a big breath in. Feel that central channel pull up from the soles of the feet. Exhale to settle. 2 more just like that. Big breath in. Full breath out. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Arms sweep overhead, big breath in. Grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and press into the left foot as you start to teeter over to your right. So nice side body stretch. And the left side, I'm doing it with you, and I'm doing the opposite, just FYI. So as you press into the right foot, stretch a little bit more through that left hand. You can press into the right foot and the left foot can come behind. You could take a curtsy, take a little moment here, a little balance, a little sway. It's gonna add balance, a little balance challenge. Maybe reach through the left fingers, big breath in, full breath out. Last one here, inhale, exhale. Slowly guide yourself back to center. Left foot steps back, same, side 2. Arms sweep up. Grab the right wrist, left hand, side body bend over to the left. Take a moment. Again, one side can be different, so you don't have to always even yourself out. But if you do, press into the left hand, right foot steps behind. Take a moment here. This is just gonna intensify the stretch. Inhale to lengthen through the fingers. Exhale to pull yourself a little deeper. 2 more breaths, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice, slowly come back through center. Nice, now we're gonna just cactus, so find a nice stable foundation again, right? Lower body's there to hold you. Arms reach up and overhead. Palms are open, fingers are nice and strong. And as you exhale, pull your shoulders, pull your elbows down, breathe across your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades. 4 more, just like that. So on your inhale, you reach nice and long. Find postural integrity. And then exhale to cactus across the chest. Nice, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 4 more, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale to sweep up. Exhale to cactus. So nice. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, cactus, and hold here. Think about maybe there's blocks underneath your hands. Your elbows are spiraling forward. You're opening up across the chest. Maybe a soft bend in your knees. There's like a shelf for your heart. Big breath in. Full breath out. Now, as you straighten through your spine, bring your hands to heart center. Straighten belly pulls in. Full breath in. Big breath out. Press through your hands. Nice. Hands come down by your side. Sweep up. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Hinge. Let it go. We're going to take a little low lunge flow here. So use your blocks. You can hang heavy, sway around. And then plant through the right foot. Your left foot steps to the back of your mat. Blocks are here to elevate your heart and your chest. So you're not kind of like reaching for the earth. So the focus can be in your legs, right? So this is a legs focused class. That's our goal here. Start to sway forward and backward. So work into this flexion of your ankle, right? The knees reaching forward. You can even come onto your heels. So bring the focus first into this front leg. This left knee can always come down, right? If you need that. And you can start to kind of just move through half splits, low lunge, or you can keep that knee lifted. And think about driving also through that back heel. So you're working into these hips. I like to pivot around a little bit.
You could heel toe this foot out, give yourself more space to pivot, right? And then once you sort of feel comfortable in this space, 2 full breaths here, work into it. Nice, lots of work, lots of effort. And now gently left knee comes down. Now we will take half splits all together. So slowly pull the right hip back. Right leg can extend forward, doesn't have to be totally straight. I like to frame my ankles with my blocks. And think about leveraging your chest over as you pull your right hip back and you dig the right heel into the earth. Toes come back. So on your inhale, you find some length. And on your exhale, you fold a little bit more. 2 more breaths, inhale here. So this is a nice right hamstring stretch for the right leg. Option to walk your blocks across and kind of bring your upper body over and let the pinky edge toe of your foot kind of fall out to the right. It's gonna create a little twist, a really nice IT band stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice, bring yourself back towards center. Right toes come down. Now it's pyramid pose. Back toes tucked, lift your back knee, send your hips high. Now you're folding over the right leg. Shorten your stance. Maybe the right foot pulls in or the back foot pulls in. Heel comes down. It's about a heel to arch alignment, or maybe it's heel to heel, right? Feel free to kind of play around, pivot your hips. Make sure you've got space. Blocks are underneath your hands. I like to inhale, elevate my heart, my chest, lengthen through my crown. And then exhale to fold. Right, you've got these lines of energy here. As you press into your feet, you use that energy to lift up from your root, from your feet, from your hips. And then on the exhale, you melt down and hold, and they're there, working to hold you as you fold. You could add on, your hands could come behind you if you want to create more of a challenge here. You could lift your heart, your chest, big breath in, pull the shoulder blades back, and then exhale to hinge and fold, right? More of a balancing, more of a challenge there. Last few breaths to explore. And then when you're ready, bend your right knee, shift your weight forward, walk your blocks forward. And you're gonna squeeze your knee in towards your chest as you pull the right hip back and you're gonna round. Give it a good squeeze, squeeze this left heel towards your glute. Press through that right foot, feel the balance, the challenge, the round, the core for 5, 4, ramp it up, 3, 2, on 1, left foot lands. Nice, kind of take it easy, hang heavy. Notice how the right side feels different than the left. Take a moment there, kind of acknowledge the work, acknowledge the sides. When you're ready, inhale, halfway lift, create some space. Exhale, now the right foot steps back. Everything on side 2. Set up your block, set up your space, start to shift your weight forward. So start with the feet, right? You're driving into the toes, the heels, back foot extended, and then work into the ankles, left knees pressing forward, feeling the flexion there. Working into the knees, maybe feeling into that, pulling the left hip back, the right hip forward, playing around, right? There's no right way to do a runner's lunge. It is about sensation, not aesthetic. This is about feeling into it, making sure you are taking care of your joints. That's what this form of this stuff that we do, this asana stuff, right? You're just getting into your joints. One more breath or 2 here. Building strength and awareness and ranges of motion. Let your right knee come down to the ground. Half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana, pull it back. Again, I like to kind of really reach through, press through my heel. I like to kind of stay upright here. And then hinge and fold. Left hip pulls back. Front leg doesn't need to be totally straight at all. Right, you can have a big bend and you're just folding, but you're getting, the focus is the hamstring sensation, right? That you're feeling you're getting that feedback. If you'd like to add the twist, walk your blocks over to the left, Let the pinky edge side of your foot fall. And just rotate here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale here. Exhale. Return to center. Reset yourself up. Heel pulls in. Drop the toes. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Fold. Over that left leg. Again, you could pivot. Shorten your stance. Walk your back foot in or sneak the front heel in. Feel all parts of the feet on the ground. So you're nice and grounded here. You're working up, right? Maybe you're pivoting on the feet. Blocks are there for support. Your focus is in your lower body. Inhaling through the crown. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to elevate. Exhale to bow. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now you bend your left knee, you shift forward, blocks come forward for the support. Drive into the left foot, squeeze your right knee in. Again, you're gonna ramp it up. So you're gonna take time to kind of set yourself up first. And then squeeze the heel in, squeeze the knee in, round the spine, press through the feet. You're here, your left foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Right foot comes down right next to the left. So we're gonna play into a more traditional chair. And just to notice how it feels, right? So legs are zipped up. Maybe there's a slight space between your ankles, big toe mounds are touching. Thighs are scooped together. You're gonna start to squeeze everything as you start to sit your hips back. Elevate your heart or spine. Hands can come up and overhead, or they could be at heart center as you draw the shoulder blades back, right? But bring your lats down, soften your shoulders. Inhale, lengthening through the fingers, and exhaling, pulling yourself a little bit deeper. Let's take 4 full Ujjayi breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, sink a little deeper. Squeeze those thighs. Big breath in, full breath out. Here it's available. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, sink. Now fold, let it go. Hang heavy, heel toe your feet underneath your hips. Fold around, hang around, take your time. Blocks go off to the side. Hands plant. Step back to downward facing dog. So notice how you feel. If you have that blanket, just push it off to the side so you've got space. Pedal out your feet, shake out your head, press through the palms. Feel the pull of your hips, feel the press of your hands, right? So you're not dumping weight on your wrist, but you're actively pulling up your hips. Your hips, your hamstrings, they're so turned on, they've got all that space. So let them pull you up as, of course, you're strong through the arms. Couple breaths in, couple breaths out. Maybe you settle, take the last breath for a full inhale in. Steady your energy, big breath out. Rise to the toes, inhale. Bend your knees, shift into high plank, take your time, set up your space. Wrists underneath the shoulders, find high plank, nice and strong, right? Heels drive back, heart drives forward, press into the palms, course turned on. Big bend in your knees, hips pull you back, downward dog. We're gonna move through those motions. On the inhale, you cruise forward. On the exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, cruise forward. Shift forward, hide your heart, unfurl your heart, bending your knees, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one, inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. You stay, you hold, you settle. Breathe. Nice. Inhale, roll forward, hold high plank. You can also lower the knees. We're gonna take a 5 count lower onto our bellies. So find your nice integrity in your high plank, and then start to bend your elbows. Take a big breath in first, and now bend your elbows lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Whew. Untuck your toes, relax. We'll take some oscillating cobras, just shoulder stretch, and then a couple locust pose options. So if this doesn't feel good on your belly, you could pretty much do everything we do on our arms in our upper chest. You could do it sitting, right? You could kind of like, you could still reach back and activate through the shoulders and feel a nice chest. You could be on your shins. Come onto your belly. Fingertips go nice and wide, right? Elbows up towards the sky. On your inhale, press into your finger pads. Lift your heart, your chest. Think about your shoulders, your chest. And then exhale, release piece by piece. 4 more just like that. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to cruise back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to unwind. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to come down. Last one, inhale. Exhale to release. We're gonna find a little shoulder stretch. So right hand goes out to the right, palm faces down. You could bend the elbow. Left hand comes under the left shoulder. Curl the left heel in. You're gonna roll over to the right. So a nice chest, a nice shoulder stretch. Again, right arm could be straight. It could be bent. If it's straight, it's gonna come more into the shoulders, the shoulder socket. If it's bent, it's gonna come across the chest. 3 full breaths. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Unwind. Same, side 2. Just let the right hand come under the right shoulder. Let the left arm go out to the side. Take your variation of your arm. Curl your right foot in. Roll over to the left side, the left hip. Breathe. 3 breaths. Slowly unwind. We'll take normal locust. So legs extend long, arms come back behind you, palms face down. Tuck your chin. Find this nice long line of energy, right from your hips to your shoulders to your crown. And start to lift your chest. Float your hands. Squeeze your pinky fingers together. Again, tuck your chin. Keep this back line, this upper back nice and strong. And then when you're ready, float your feet if you'd like. Think about squeezing something in between your thighs, in between your shoulder blades. You're here for 5. Get more, ramp it up for 4, 3, 2, unwind, let it go. Make a little pillow. Bring one hand on top. Let your third eye come down to the ground. Let your heels be heavy. So nice, right? Being in prone, if it's okay for it to be on your belly. It's nice to feel the reverberations of your breath into the earth. So full breath in. And exhale. Let the ground catch that release, that surrender. 2 more. Inhale. Think about breathing into your hips, your lower back, the soles of your feet. And exhale. Let the earth catch you. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Sweet. Lift your head. We'll take locust, 1 more variation. If you want to take the same variation that we just took, totally cool, especially if you got any shoulder stuff, or you have an option to add a little weight. I'm using cork blocks, adds enough. But any other block, any other weight, use a book, whatever, if you're better, or if the weight's more appropriate for you, feels better. Tuck your chin, same, right? Or kind of like lengthen your ears towards the top of the mat. Feel that energy. And then start to really crush the block, press the block, and then lift your hands, right? Reach. This might be enough. Or you float your hands. Again, you can ramp it up. You can get stronger and lift higher. You can really find the squeeze. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing. Make a little pillow. Maybe the opposite hand is on top. Same. Heels are heavy. Forehead comes down. Breathe. Inhale into the skull, into the shoulders. Exhale into the earth. One more inhale. Exhale. Lift your skull, lift your head. Walk your hands under the shoulders. Push back. Maybe child's, maybe table, kind of whatever feels good. You're just gonna make your way into a downward facing dog. Step your hands, walk your knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Send them high, pedal out. Take your time. Breathe into it. Nice, we're just gonna take a fun little sequence here. So look forward, come onto the toes, take a little bend. You can step, you can hop, you can flow. Your feet are gonna come wide, right? So I call this active squats. As some of you know, I teach this version of yoga. It's called awakening yoga, but it's wider than your chair. It's more narrow than your malasana, right? So find an upright spine. Knees are out nice and wide. Toes are out, heels are in, hips sink low. Bring your arms forward. Nice. Nice and active. You can sway side to side, feeling into it, but the knees are pressing out. Sink a little deeper, and on an inhale, bring your palms to touch. And then exhale, straighten, hands to heart. So nice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, active squat. Pull yourself down into it. So nice. Now, hips go back, hands plant. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back, high plank. Hold high plank, stay, or take an inhale. Move through a push-up. You lower and you lift. And then knees release, untuck your toes, slide your hips back. Bend your elbows, the forearms can come down or not, but you're gonna look forward. It's a little baby back bend to pull through for a bigger back bend. High cobra or lift the knees for up dog. Tuck your toes, hips to the sky. Down dog. One more round, just like that. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, rise to the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Step or hop or float, but the feet come nice and wide, right? Left foot can go first this time. Sway side to side, take your time. Hips sink low, arms come up. Inhale, palms touch, press into your feet. Exhale to drive, to straighten, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, active squat. Hips go back, hands plant. Maybe the right foot steps back this time. Left foot, high plank, pause, big breath in. Exhale to push up. Knees release, untuck your toes, slide your hips back, bend your elbows, look forward. Pull through, inhale, up dog, down dog, exhale. Nice, a little spicier variation. Rise to the toes, bend the knees, look forward. You can step, hop, float, meet me in the active squat. Step, step. Right foot's forward, left foot's forward. Take your time, settle in. Nice. Now, from here, you're gonna rise onto the right toes. You're gonna pivot over to your left. I'm doing it with you. And then hands out right center. I want you to lean forward, load the left leg, float your right foot. Think warrior 3. Right legs turned on, dial the right toes down. Maybe a soft bend in your left knee, pull your shoulder blades back. Feel that back line of your body nice and active. And then maybe reach your arms forward and add a little load. Big breath in. Softly with control, bend your left knee, the toes come back. Bend your right knee, come back into the active squat. Come back to center, sway around, make any adjustments, you know what to do. Come onto your left toe, same, side 2, pivot over to the right. Hands at heart center as you lean forward, load the right leg, float the left foot straight through the right leg, find that back body, turn on, shoulder blades wrap back, toes dialed down, nice and active. Maybe add the load of your arms, big breath in, full breath out. One more inhale, exhale, rebend in the right knee, left toes come down, left knee bends, move through center, sink into active squat, let it feel good, and then bring your palms to touch, straighten, hands to heart center, inhale, reach up, exhale, active squat, hips go back, hands plant, right foot steps back, left foot, or you can hop back, and we'll move through that vinyasa I've been cueing. So high plank, exhale, push up, Knees release, untuck your toes, slide back, pull through. Inhale. Down dog, exhale. One more round, that exact same thing. Rise to the toes, bend the knees, step, hop, float. Right, legs are nice and active, so maybe that transition forward feels a little available. We're gonna start with the right side first. So sway, come onto the left toes, you know what to do, pivot to the right. Lean forward, find your warrior three, float right into it, find that balance. Hands to heart center, shoulder blades pull back, toes dialed down, maybe the arms reach forward, big breath in. And with control, bring it down, drop those toes, bend the knees, pivot through the center. Sink nice and low, come onto the right toes, pivot to the left, over the left knee, square the left knee, shift right into it, float the right foot. Find your warrior three, nice and strong and connected. You've done all the work to get here. Nice big balance pose, dial the toes down, and then release. Let the toes land, come through center, inhale, active squat, sink into it, palms touch, straighten hands to heart. Reach up, look up, inhale. Exhale, active. Hips back, hands plant. Take a vinyasa, left foot, you can step back, or the left foot could lead. Take your time, move through a vinyasa. Move through the push-up. If there is another vinyasa you prefer, bend the elbow, shift back, pull through. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just a breath or two here, last down dog of this practice today. Big bend, big lift of your heels, and then bend your knees, come all the way down to the ground. Roll over your ankles, come to sit. Take a blanket or a bolster or a pillow. We're just gonna take a seated forward fold. You might not need this, you might not want it, but it can be kind of nice to lift the pelvis. I like a soft. I like support. And then take your blocks on either side of your legs. Nice, I like to kind of remove my flesh around the nice sits bones. I like to have my nice support. Blocks on either side of my shins, my knees, and I melt, right? Part one, level one, I linger. I'm here, just breathe. Right now we're finding the sensation up the back line of the body, but from a little bit of a different orientation. You hang and you sway, or you just melt. You can round, or you can keep the back line and think about drawing your heart, your chest towards your toes, right? Maybe pulling the toes back towards your face, kicking through the heels. Blocks can sneak forward, but do what you gotta do. Melt down. Sort of slowing things down. Coming down. Gently sit up, blocks go off to the side, just bend your knees, scoot yourself forward, blanket goes off to the side, and you'll come on to your back. We'll take a couple twists, so have your blocks available so they can catch your knees. Knees pull in toward the chest, rock and roll right to left. Extend your left leg long, knee pulls in towards the chest. Similar to how we started, right? And then gently guide the right knee across the body, over to the left. The shin, the knee can land on a block or a blanket. Right arm goes out to the right, palm faces up. Big breath in across the chest, across the right side. And exhale, maybe the gaze falls over to the right. So this is totally up to you. I say that supine twists are personal. So if there's something, if it's more intense, like you want to cross your legs, or it's less intense, like you want a big bolster and you kind of just want to like not go all the way of this like stacking of your hips, feel free to do it, right? It's like your intensity, it's your like temperature. This is like the cooling down of class, and you get to decide what that feels and looks like. Maybe you bend in the elbow, and last few breaths, you close your eyes and just breathe.
Nice. Reset your gaze. Roll onto your right hip. Take a moment there. Foot comes down. Left foot steps in. Adjust your hips. Right foot goes long. Left knee pulls in. Give yourself a moment. Give it a good squeeze. Open and close. And then take it into the twist. Your variation, your version, your intensity. Sometimes it's just nice to kind of like, you could straighten the leg, you know, you could have, sometimes it's nice to have a big bolster, like you're like hugging the bolster. We'll do that. You don't know, at home, I didn't get a bolster until like a year ago. So, whatever. Pillows work. Maybe the gaze falls over to the left. You could bend the elbow. I like to work into all my shapes, but these shapes in particular, really taking my time with my breath. So really spending some time thinking about breathing into my side body and my chest, and then gently you can even give yourself a soft assist. You just pull at the rib cage a little bit. You can always pause this. This is a good place to pause. Spend more time in these twists, spend more time in kind of cool down postures. Especially now that you sort of know where and how the body's feeling, and maybe spending some more time in certain places. Last breath in, last breath out. Reset the gaze, the arm. Return your hip back to the earth. Step your foot in. Adjust your hips. Maybe take a little windshield wiper of the knees side to side. The arms come up and overhead. Breathe in, breathe out. Into the armpits. Full breath in. Audible exhale. Happy baby. Walk the feet towards the ceiling. Maybe a soft plow, or the feet can come wide. You can grab the ankles, the calves. So happy baby, plow. Honestly, anything symmetrical, anything that feels good. And then when you're ready, feet come back together, knees bend, feet come down, hands on belly, hands on heart. Feet can stay, heel toe your feet out actually nice and wide, and just let the knees knock in. We'll take a few breaths here just to settle. Of course, you can linger here for longer. I'll just kind of cue you out of the class, but I won't say goodbye. I'll say later, and you can stay meditating for as long as you need to. Right? So hand on belly, hand on heart. Gaze softens, eyes close. Relax your jaw. Feel the support of the feet on the earth, the soft internal rotation of the knees. Breathe into your palms, inhale here. Big exhale out. Feel the back body connected to the ground. Slowly open your knees if you took this constructive rest, and walk your legs out long. Take up space. Let them go off of the mat. Let the hips open, let the toes be heavy. Stay with your hands on your body to be more contained, more keeping your energy within. Or your palms could flip up, backs of the hands could come onto the ground. And you'll be more in a state of reception. So you'll feel energies in the room. You might get information from above. Stuff might start to flow. Get comfortable here. You could support your skull with a blanket, or put a blanket on top of your hips, or add an extra layer for warmth. You might want to be here for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Right? You've opened up the body. You've breathed through your central channel. And now you're in a state of contemplation